Hey everyone, it's Jerry at the Fledge. Welcome to another episode of Every Damn Day. Today on the show we have with us Brandon. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing good. How are you, Jerry?
I'm doing really well. Sitting in your
Good.
car. You staying
Yeah,
warm?
I am. It's
Yeah.
a nice fall day, so we're all right.
It turned out to be a beautiful day. I think there was frost on the grass when I got up this morning to take the dogs out, but still seems nice.
Yeah,
So,
agreed.
so the artist umbrella, that's how I met you the first time, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I
Um,
think so. Yep, through the artist umbrella. Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about the Artist Umbrella?
Well, about myself, I'm born and raised in the area. Spent
Oh, we
half my
need
life. Go ahead.
what's the area mean, or don't you want to say
Lansing,
inland?
Lansing area. I've lived in Lansing. I've lived in East Lansing. I've lived in Grand Ledge. I did move away to the Kalamazoo area for most of my 20s, but now I'm back in Lansing, and I've been back in Lansing for the last, I don't know, 20 years.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I've got this is my home. This is where my family lives. This is where my community is, my friends. This is Lansing is my space. Little more about me. I was in local bands for about 10 years. I was a front man in local bands. We won the Homegrown Throwdown in Lansing in 2017. That was a nice achievement for me. And yeah, that kind of segues into the Artist Umbrella. I gave up bands a couple years ago. And I decided I write lyrics and poetry, and I decided that I wanted to maybe read some of my stuff publicly. And so I was introduced to Rena Risper, and my very first poetry reading was poetry at the Capitol.
Okay.
And so that was cool. And then she introduced me to some other people, and then in June of last year, no, I'm sorry, it would have been April of last year. Neil Hilborn, who's a national poet, came into town, and he was doing a poetry at the loft. And so I called Jerome at the loft, and I said, hey, if another national poet comes in, was there any way that maybe I could open up for him? And he said, well, we don't really know much about the poetry scene here in Lansing, but if you want to come talk, we can talk and see what's going on. So I went and I talked with him, and he gave me a date. And he was like, okay, here you go. Here's a date. You can have a show. I was like, okay. So it wasn't something that really, it wasn't like I had this grand vision. It wasn't like, I really want to start this thing called the Artist Umbrella. And it wasn't like that. It was just kind of handed to me. And so, I mean, that first show, I called on the people I knew in the community, and we had a show. And it was, we had some weird names in the beginning. Like, one of the names, was Cries from the Coal Mine. One was like Sunny Day Survivors. Artist Umbrella Stuck. But that first show we had roughly like 80 people or more. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess we can continue this thing. And it's just snowballed from there.
Yeah.
It's just snowballed. So
I feel like you guys just jumped into Lansing, shook it up, and became a pillar immediately. Like you, I think you're saying like a year and a half ago is when you started, and it
yeah.
feels like you've always been here.
And I don't take that lightly. That's very, I'm very grateful. I'm humbled by that. It's a special thing, and I don't take credit for it. It's the community for sure. It's absolutely the community. It's absolutely the artists. And I was just fortunate enough to have it kind of fall into my lap and run with it. And
I don't know if you remember, I came to I don't know, it might have been the third show that you guys had or the second. Um, and I just want to say a few things about that. One is you're an
Sure.
amazing front man, a hype man. You get the crowd, what you do. I thought that was excellent. I really paid a lot of attention to that because I thought you were spectacular doing that. The second thing was I was so impressed with the diverse talent that you put up on the stage. And the third thing is that choked me up. I mean, I was emotional. I had tears in my eyes at what you guys were doing and how you were showcasing this great talent that's here. And it made me so proud to be from Lansing and so proud to be able to say these are the creatives around me and knowing that our community was strong. So I just want to give you that shout out
I
because that
appreciate
was
that, Jared.
amazing.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
What would you say the mission of the Artist Umbrella is?
It changes. It continues to change. We're still so young, but it feels like, you know, we have to have a mission. In the beginning, it was whatever it is you're passionate about, we want to put you on the stage and we want to let you show it off, whether that's an ant farm or whatever it is. And then it kind of evolved into we want to put as many different styles of art on one stage and under one umbrella in one show. It's morphed even as of the last 6 months. We want to make sure that we are accurately representing our community in the way of diversity, both, you know, making sure that we have people of color, making sure that we are also bringing in more people from the LGBTQ community, but making sure that we're representative of our 517 community. And another part of this has become we want to pay our artists. We want to make sure our artists are being compensated for the work that they do. It's not a perfect system. We do the best we can. But we're headed down that road. We're headed down that road.
That's amazing. Do you feel good about where you guys are at? I mean, I know COVID really derailed you, but you had a big show in a parking lot.
We had 2 of those, and gosh, it's so strange. You know, I'm not going to lie, it's been really difficult. It's been very trying to be responsible for an organization, to be responsible, like to be the one that makes the ultimate decisions for the Artist Umbrella. I've felt the heat. I've felt the pressure with the COVID, and I'm so thankful. I'm really fortunate. I've got a team of people with me who help me make those calls and make sure that when calls are made that they're done in good taste and done with faith. Because I can be kind of a knucklehead, you know. I have this like never say die bullheaded mentality sometimes, and I need to be put in check. So I allow my team to do that for me too. I think I got away from the question you asked. Oh, so the answer to the question is we didn't slow down with COVID. In fact, we sped up, and there was a lot that just kept happening to where last month I had to slow down. I was, you know, we planted 40,000 tulips in like 2 or 3 months time. We were posting up with DLI. God bless Kathleen and her team. Still doing our shows. Then we're posting up at Prue's Pets. You know, this community continue to support us. But, you know, I'm feeling it these days. As of the last few days with this new lockdown, we're taking our show online. And we're just going to stand strong and keep pushing.
Yeah. That's I mean, you don't really have a choice if you want to survive through it. So it kind of takes those options away. I mean, you can always close, right? But
Yeah.
I don't see you guys doing that. And I notice your team too. And I mean, your team is a bunch of strong people who really are loyal to Lansing, if I could use that word. They love
Sure.
Lansing. And it's easy to just give them the credit, but I have seen you as an amazing leader of that group too. And just always, you're always keeping it going. You're always on point. And I really appreciate you. I really like the Artist Umbrella and everything you guys have built. And I know it's not just you, but they're not here. So I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. There have been times where I've wanted to, maybe just take a break, go silent, go quiet, take a nap. So, emotionally and spiritually take a nap. But now it's become this thing where I feel indebted to this community. I feel like, okay, I've become this hype man, front man for our artist community, and I owe it to them. I can't lay down.
Yeah, we need you. You can't go away. You can't do that right now. Unfortunately, right?
It's good to feel needed.
Yeah. So, all right, tell us one more thing about you. Tell us something that, did you go to high school in Lansing?
I went to high school in Grand Ledge.
Oh, you graduated from Grand Ledge. Huh.
Yep.
So, I lived there for 20 years. The original Fledge was in Grand Ledge.
Yep.
You were probably in high school when I first moved there.
Maybe. I graduated in 90. You can see yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we got out of there too.
Yeah.
So, what were you doing in Kalamazoo?
I moved there to be with my girlfriend at the time, who was going to Western Michigan. I also moved there to get away from, I was young. I was 21, 22, and I thought, a geographical change, that will fix me. Yeah. Well, I was wrong, because I landed in Kalamazoo, and lo and behold, I was still there. So the one thing I took with me wherever I go was myself, and the geographical change didn't work. So took me some years, but yeah, that's why
you think that was that a good lesson for you as a 20-year-old to learn that you can go other places, but some of the problems you're running from are just coming with you?
Yeah, it's been a good lesson for sure. I definitely know that if I want to be a better human, if I want to be a recovering human, so to speak, I have to deal with what's in here. My solutions are not external. It's not where I live. It's not what I do. It's internal. It's an internal, work. Yeah. It's internal work.
You can make your own weather, right?
Absolutely.
So, what would you tell a 20-year-old that wanted to move to Chicago or to LA or whatever right now? Like, do you think that's still a good thing to do, or to just stay here?
I guess my question would be why. Are you want to move there because you're unhappy? Because you're dealing with depression or anxiety or drug abuse or alcoholism? Is that why you want to move? And if that's the reason, I would say move if you'd like, but you're not going to find your solution by moving. But if somebody wanted to go for other reasons, of course I would respect that.
Yeah. I always think when I hear someone's going to move away to whatever city that, is in fashion at the time, it's usually Chicago. That I always think in the back of my mind, you'll be back, and I can't say that to you right now, but you'll understand why I think that, because Lansing, you can't beat it for like the price and for all the different things we have going on and all the talent that's here. You just can't beat it. But it's always good to have someone go to Colorado or Chicago or whatever and bring back what they learned.
One of the things I love about Lansing is it's really kind of a unique, delicate balance that we have here. So we're like city, right? We're the city, but we're also kind of small town. It's a real kind of neat balance that we have here in Lansing, and I'm a firm believer in if you don't like where you're from, do something to change it.
Yeah.
And if not, then leave. Sorry, that sounds rude, but I feel like there's this culture sometimes where people like to complain about where they live. They complain about Lansing this, Michigan that, Lansing this, Michigan that. Well, if you don't like it, do something to help it be better, or leave. Sorry, that's all.
No,
I just want to
I'm
say
not
that.
here to try to retain all our
Right.
citizens or anything like that. I think that's true, but I do think a lot of times when they leave for those reasons, you're spot on. They can go to LA. They're going to have a million things to complain about out there. Go to Chicago. There's a million things to complain about there. And sometimes it's just in that person's nature or where they're at in life that they just got to figure it out. And I moved away. I moved to Ann Arbor. I moved to Grand Rapids. I commuted to Dubai for almost 15 years. And Lansing, I would never move from Lansing really because there's so much happening and we're the OPEC of water. So in the future.
Yeah. Thank God for people like you that are here. That's what we need more of.
Well, it's people like you that keep me here too. Give me something to do, give me something to watch, make me know that, hey, if I want to be creative, there's somebody I can find that's going to help motivate me in being creative. So I think you're doing a great job, a spectacular job.
Thank you.
40,000, what the hell? 40,000 tulips. Who does that? Who even thinks of that?
Well, I don't. Harry Hepler.
Dutch?
What's that?
I said, are you Dutch?
Oh, well, no, but the Dutch are going to cut us off if we keep ordering them from Holland in the way that we have. I think Holland's catching on to the fact that we're trying to take over their claim to fame. So now we'll order different types of flowers, but it's really not my campaign. I work at Centauri Health Solutions. Harry Hepler owns that building. He adopted a highway. He started the Flower Power campaign, and I just happened to, start talking to him about that, and he gave the Artist Umbrella an opportunity to ride the train. So
I think it's amazing because one, we all need creative ways to market. And I know you didn't do this for marketing. So I want to make sure I really emphasize that. But what you do want to do for marketing is to go out and be yourselves and be natural and do something that's authentic. And it felt so authentic. It was, of course, the Artist Umbrella is going out to plant all of these flowers. And I think it got a lot of attention. I think that it must have helped with the marketing at some level. So from a business perspective, it was brilliant. And then this is going to pop in the spring, right?
Oh, we can't wait. Other thing. Yeah. Can't wait for that. It's going to pop in the spring. And then, Harry, I think Harry and I have spoken about, continuing this campaign. I think he wants to he's 55. He wants to have 1 million flowers planted in Lansing by his 60th birthday. So, it's roughly 160,000 a year for the next 5 years. We did 40 and it nearly took the life out of me. But,
But we should do it together. Then we need to combine forces and get more groups and all of that, right?
You're absolutely right.
I thought 20,000, you guys will knock that off in an afternoon. And I didn't know it was 1 million that we're trying to get to.
Yeah, 20,000 took roughly 12, 13 hours. That's going. But you're right. We need.
That's amazing. Those are huge numbers to me.
Yeah. Me too. So
what's something you do every damn day that pushes your needle forward, whatever your personal mission is, or your Artist Umbrella mission, or your Flower Power mission?
So I have a routine that I do every single morning, every single day. And I do it because I have mental health struggles and also addiction and alcoholism struggles that I need to keep in check, and I need to keep a needle on to make sure that I'm not reverting back to poor behaviors. So one of the things that I do, it's a series of things that I do every single day. I get up, I go to work, I do my thing. I take a walk around the block. It's roughly a half a mile. I identify five I am statements. Those typically include I am beautiful, I am perfect, I am loved, I am forgiven, I am strength. So 5 I am statements, 5 things I'm grateful for. And then I set my intentions for the day. And a lot of times those intentions are, today I will be present. Today I will love myself. After that, I identify 5 things I can see, 4 things I can feel, 3 things I can hear, 2 things I can smell, 1 thing I can taste. And that helps me get kind of grounded into my environment. And then, I'm sorry, that's a long answer. And then
No,
I
it's a
do this.
great answer.
And then I picture one person that I'm resentful toward. I close my eyes and I visualize them being loved by somebody. Then I visualize them loving somebody. Then I visualize them happy. And the last thing I do before I go back into work is I visualize myself as a little boy trying to do something that can't be done. A lot of times it's like I'll see like myself as a little boy trying to jump and grab an apple out of a tree that's like 40 feet high. Like he's not going to be able to get it. So I'll observe for, 30 seconds or more. And then I introduce myself as a grown man, going up to myself as a little boy, and I just show him love. I just show him love. And that's my routine that I do every single morning.
That's I think that is so amazing. First of all, thanks for saying that you have mental health pressures and things like that, because all of us do, and I want to just put that out there and normalize it, because all of us have things that we're struggling with in our heads about who we are and what we want to be and who everybody else is. So thanks for showing us a little bit of vulnerability and showing how courageous you are in that. Not that you change the world maybe with that, but your advice there was amazing. I think that might be the best answer we've ever had in a kind of ritual that people do to get to that moment and get to that mindfulness. So thanks for that. I actually am going to go back and listen and write that down, because my flipping a light switch to some random Fibonacci number is not working. I do that and then I go to the next room, and that's my routine for the day to get my mental health back. So, but I really loved the part about somebody you resent and imagining them loved and loving someone, and that empathy that must build. And, because at the end of the day, it's only you against you. No matter what. So I love that answer.
Thank you, Jimmy.
So yesterday on the show, we had Giannis Jackson with the Ingham. And we are having a little flickering of the internet, but I'm not sure the crowd sees that. I had her on the show yesterday, and the Ingham County Treasurer wants to start investing in the community more, and with the goal of helping minorities, women, and veterans build equity for their families and build generational wealth. And her question to you was, how does Brandon, or how does the Artist Umbrella see themselves fitting in to building wealth, or building equity for people? What do you think your role is there? Yeah.
I think as far as with the Artist Umbrella, my role is I spoke about it a little bit earlier. We need to be representative of our community, and we need to make sure that we have women. I mean, my organization, besides myself, is women. Roxy Hayes Brown, beautiful black lady. But we need to continue to go down that road. We can't get, for the artist umbrella, we can't get stagnant. We have to be mindful of who it is that we're welcoming on our stage. And our stage needs to be representative of our community. And that's in women, people of color, and LGBTQ, continuing to empower those people and let them know that they're safe and they have an audience that wants to listen and learn. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll continue doing. We're committed to it.
And I think, at least me looking in, I see that for sure. I mean, you look like you're doing a great job of making sure, sometimes we got to scoot over and let somebody else sit down next to us, right?
Sure.
And I think you guys have done a great job of that. And a shout out to Roxy. She hosted the hatching this last time because of you.
Yeah.
And man, she made me cry too. I don't know. It was powerful. It was so powerful.
I've heard that story before, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. I was super moved by what she did. So tomorrow on the show, someone Morgan Madden. What is it? Madman
Poetics.
Poetics.
Madman
Okay.
Poetics. Yeah.
I thought it was all alliterative. I was looking for another M word. But he's going to be on the show tomorrow. And what question? I said M, as in man-made. What question would you like to ask Morgan?
I would like to know, because Morgan loves Lansing as much as he does, I rarely get to hear him speak too much about other areas of the world that he loves. If he had to move from Lansing to another area of the world, where would that one place be if he had to pick one place?
I love that question. And I know Morgan pretty well too. And he might love Lansing more than anybody I've ever met. And I've met a lot of people who love Lansing. So I'm gonna flip that on you. Where would you move because I know you love Lansing too. Where would you move if you could pick any other one city?
If I had to pick an area of the world, I think I'd pick like the Netherlands.
Because of all the tulips?
Yeah. It seems like that's an area of the world that does have a level of acceptance, and maybe I'm wrong, but there are a lot of tulips, but a level of acceptance and a sense of acceptance, I suppose, for different walks of life and different styles of people.
I've flown into Amsterdam 180 times and have stayed there for the day or for the evening probably 80 times. I know Amsterdam really well. I know Rotterdam a little bit. And you are spot on. It's an amazing place. They're inclusive. You see people from all over the world. It's not about just a red light district or smoking weed or whatever. And they're very inclusive. They're very environmental friendly. They think in the long term. They do precision farming. I love Amsterdam. So I know you say Netherlands, but
yeah. I picked a good place.
Yeah, it's one of the places that would be in my top 3 for sure. So
cool.
Let me take care of a little bit of Fledge business. In particular, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. we have I'm sorry, this is every damn day. We have 99 problems, but a pitch ain't one. So anyone out there listening, come to 99 problems, but a pitch ain't one. It's on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. every Friday morning. You can show up like what's that called? Open mic, and You register, it's free. You pitch for 99 seconds, and the crowd votes, and you can win $99. So just want to put that out there. And then the other thing I want to do is just say thank you very much for coming on the show today and keeping the streak growing. You're number 68. And give us something to take us out with. I know that you sing sometimes. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but do you want to, do you got a piece of advice? You just want to say deuces to us? You want to say, get out there and plant some flowers? Anything you want to say to us?
I think I would just reiterate what we said before. If you live in Lansing, wherever you live, but we live in Lansing, so I'm going to say Lansing. If you live in Lansing, build it up, do something, take responsibility for your city. And if not, get out.
Go do something else. Go find a better place.
Yeah.
All right. So I like it. A lot of wise words in here for me to dissect. This is going to be a difficult post now when I try to promote it, but you're amazing. Your organization is amazing. And thank you so very, very much for coming on the show. But more importantly, thank you for getting the Artist Umbrella going and making our city just being able to showcase and to show off this amazing talent and this amazing diversity that we have. We love you very much, and much love to you, Brandon.
Love you, Jerry. Thank you.
You're welcome.